What's up? It's 11:09, February 20th. I'm listening to Come Down by Grab Bits with a Z. Dude, I just went to sleep. I don't know what time. Pretty early. I mean, obviously pretty early. I'm waking up and it's 11. Dude, I had this dream. It was so real. Dude, it was crazy. But not really. But I don't get it because it's so multifaceted with so many levels of understanding that I haven't even had 10 minutes to even think of, because I woke up about 11, I guess. And then I was just like, fuck. Are you serious, bro? This is the most real, craziest shit I've ever went through. And all my dreams are crazy, but this is something like I'm talking about it, so it's even crazier. For some reason, like, it kind of starts that I have this truck, square body, seems green. I don't know. I don't know how relative that is. And I come home, and it's like at my grandmother's house, where the drive is off the Edens Creek Road, and then you go across the bridge and you go up, and you can go down to my Aunt Teresa's house, or you can go straight up to my grandmother's house. Her house is white, the house down at the bottom is brown. I park right there at the T-point. I don't know why, and then I walk up. I don't really know what the fuck's going on at this point in the dream. I'm just trying to recall it now. And then I go in there, and my little brother's home. But now that I think about it, there's no cars anywhere. There's no cars down low, there's no cars up top. There's just my vehicle, but my little brother's home. But he's not a child. Like, he's an adult. I'm an adult. We're both adults. And, but yet still, just like encompassed as a child. I don't know what the feeling is. It's like it's an overtone of still a child. I don't know why. I'm just a fucking child, but not really. But yeah, I'm an adult in an adult body, but I do adult things, and I understand adult this and I understand adult that, but still some weird form of being a child, but being alone, maybe. I don't know, fucking weird feeling. So whatever, me and him are just chilling, hanging out, and just waiting for mom to come home. That's just waiting for mom to come home. And it's so confusing because, like I said, in the dream we're fucking adults. But you know, like the whole time, you're like, well, mom gets off work, she's gonna come home, and you know, that's all that's in your brain. And it almost feels like, now that I look back at it, like this is the first time we're gonna stay here. Because, whatever, I'll get to that. So we're just chilling, and like the description and the vivid imagery of where I'm at, like this is real. I'm in this dream. Like it is reality. So like as far as what it is, it's exactly the place. Like I could describe it to a T. Like it just is. It's my grandmother's house, my nanny's house. So whatever that is, that's where I'm at, with different things in it, right? That I know that they're not real. Well, again, who knows? Who the fuck knows? But based on in the dream, like everything based on my reality here that I've lived, as far as the structure of the house, the where things were at, the way things were set up, like I knew what was supposed to be there, what wasn't. So I knew this was a dream. I knew it was a dream when I started it. I knew, but I'm just really good at my dreams, anyways. And visions and shit. But this one fucked me up for some reason, because maybe I allowed it to, but not really. But I did. This one was different. And so we're just kind of just messing around, like not even just like I'm doing this, he's doing that. We're just waiting for mom to come home. Like that's just waiting for mom to come home. So like I go to the sliding glass door and I'm messing with it, and for some reason I felt like I fixed it before. But then when I poured on the door, it would like even when I locked it, the lock would disengage and the sliding door would come open. And my mom had this, my grandmother, my nanny had this stick that she would put behind the sliding glass door so no one could get in. Proud of that thing. And then to my mom, the same thing. She had to have that stick to put behind the sliding glass door so no one could break into her house. And this door didn't have it. It wasn't there. And so I'm like, well, I have to fix this lock, because at some point mom's gonna come home and I can't allow, I gotta fix the door. So I'm just over there passing time trying to fix the door, looking, and this is weird, like based on my reality, understanding this is a dream, but based on my reality and my memory of my grandmother's house, like I remember everything. So I know the way that the grass was, where the barn's at, the way the hill shaped, all this stupid shit in my head. But like even in the dream, that doesn't fucking matter, but it does. But I just allow it to happen, even though like a dream is your reality. Like you're creating said such dream in the subconscious state, but like you just let things bypass, and you do that shit here in the real world. You allow shit to happen. I don't know what fucking reason, because you just don't even want to deal with it, and you think it's minute and it doesn't mean anything, but in all reality, that shit's big. And in time, we'll find out why it's such a big issue. And so whatever, I'm just working on this handle, and plastics on it, plastics off of it, whatever, just trying to fix it. I'm not really technically sure if I ever did fix it or did fix it. At some point I just kind of like, fuck it. But I did fix it, because I didn't want, like I said, someone breaking in. And so then I kind of went around the house trying to find a stick to put behind the door. And I was like, well, I can't trust the door handle. It's shit. Like in the dream, like I'm going through the science behind the fucking mechanisms in the door and all the fail points. This is kind of how I do stuff in reality, anyways. But at a totally different level. Like I just don't think about it. It just is. But in this dream, I did that. I can see the schematics or whatever you want to call it. Like, I guess because it was a dream, it was different. So I could just see all the different mechanisms and parts. Like, this shit's never gonna fucking work. It's a cheap piece of shit. There's no quality control in the product anymore in this world. No one gives a fuck about anything. No one really cares. It's all cheap pieces of plastic. That's not gonna save and keep my mom safe from someone intruding into the house. So I gotta find a stick. So I was like thinking about where I could get a stick. What kind of stick do I need? Can I just bust a broom handle, cut it to fit inside this hole to keep the door from sliding? And whatever. And then there's curtains. So like this kind of just bypasses and we're like next step. Like I did put something in behind the door. And I felt comfortable enough to go to the next step, like just in this existence in time, like that issue is solved, where I'm capable that no one's gonna break in. Like I understand the concept. If someone wants to get in your house, they're gonna get in your fucking house. Like that's nothing can stop me from getting something that I want. And if I want in your house, I will get in your house. There's nothing that can stop said such thing. There's windows, there's doors, there's kicking in it. Like there's anyone who says otherwise is stupid. If someone wants in some place, they will get in there. It just depends on how bad they want to. It's just giving someone enough time. Whatever. I don't know where I'm going with all this. Whatever. So that's done. But then there's curtains there, and at this point in time, my imagination was doing something super weird. It was almost on the verge of like in the dream. This is what's fucking weird. It's in the dream, like I'm going like, what's fucking reality and what's not reality? Because it started getting dark outside, right? And so you would see the reflection on the glass of some stuff inside, but then you could kind of see the darkness and the different colors of stuff on the outside. And so between that murkiness of weird shade color balance, like you get fucking imagination, where you could see almost a glimpse, a shimmering of two different realities. One that's a reflection of the reality you're in, and then one is a reflection of whatever is on the outside of the glass, based on moonlight and other kinds of ambient crap. And so, like when you're a little kid, like or adult, like as it gets dark outside and you look through the glass, like maybe you think that your brain is playing tricks on you, and that you see somebody standing outside, or you see something in the distance, and you do or you don't. And honestly, a lot of times you don't even fucking know. You don't find out. You just whatever. Maybe that can't be. Everyone you know is inside right now, so there's no one out there playing games on you. Like this is all this weird stuff like throughout your life, where it's like, you know, people tell you there's absolutes, but it's like, well, maybe there's not absolutes. Like maybe there's only absolutes with me that I think are absolutes, but they're not really absolutes to all reality. And whatever's on the outside of that fucking glass has totally different rules and regulations than whatever rules and regulations that I create for myself inside this house, inside my house, inside of my protection bubble. Like who knows? And so like I don't know, it was a weird thing. Like it was like I knew that I know that there's another reality, there's other things that I cannot see on another side of something. However, I understand that when I'm in this place here, like I'm protected, and nothing can hurt me in here because I know all of it. And then whatever's in here, in this place, this is what I choose to believe strong on. Therefore, Nothing can shake me on what I find as reality in this house, in this barrier that I create. So I live in that. It's safe. I know everything. So, but something on the outside of it, I understand I can't protect that all the time, and there's other variables. So whatever. So I found the curtains, and I was like, well, I'm gonna shut these curtains because this is fucking bothering the shit out of me. Because I'm seeing this shit outside that may or may not be real, but it's not. And mom will be home, so I got the door fixed, like whatever. Like it's getting later, and at some point mom will be home. So I shut the blinds, and no weird blinds. They're like kind of the double-sided blinds, like the ones you can just open and shut on the sliding glass door. And so then, like, I had a sheet over that too, because then you could cover that. So I didn't want to see through the slits. Like I want it to be so. Like, I don't want people to be able to see it. I didn't want people to be able to see in on my mom and her be at home. I just wanted her to be safe, so I didn't want her to be afraid. So I shut both blinds. That's 2 sets of blinds or whatever. And it's like getting later, I guess, and I don't really know what time it is. Everything is dark. It's dark, getting dark, and so like for some reason, like me and my brother were kind of talking about like where were we gonna sleep. It's like, well, I'm gonna sleep in the living room. It's like, but you can sleep wherever. Like there's 2 other rooms, and then a bunch of science, a bunch of other stuff comes into play, like in my reality, in my head, understanding like one room may not be safe to sleep in as far as structurally. But then again, like in the reality, we fixed that. In the real reality, we did fix it, but I don't know when we fixed it, and then I didn't understand in the dream what time the dream happened, even though we were older. Yeah, everything was encompassing the idea of being a kid. Like in the mind, yet everything that was acted out was a kid, was an adult. And this will kind of make more sense in a minute. But so like I'm battling all these realities of like maybe the real world that I lived in this time, but then in another reality of things that happened. Yet all of this idea takes place in another vessel that doesn't even that has all the knowledge of all said realities at one point in time. But it's very confusing because in every reality it's all different. And so then to sit in the one reality with all other information from other realities and time that's minutely different, but different enough to be confusing. And then so you just compartmentalizing all that information and taking the best. This is why I'm so fucking smart. Because then you take the best of all of the knowledge and then you implement it in every situation. Like that concept itself is fucking crazy. And then that's how you act in the reality that you're in now, which it's fucking crazy. And this is just a fucking dream. And so I'm like, dude, so I'm running through all this. I'm like, I was thinking about granddaddy's room. You can sleep in there. I was like, but I kind of know the answer. So I wasn't pushing because I was like, well, I'm gonna sleep in the living room. I'm gonna sleep in the living room on the floor. That's where I always sleep. On the floor. When I'm not at home, I like to sleep on the floor. I don't know why. I've always been this way. And then I like to sleep under something, under a table, back against the wall. Just somewhere where I can be, where I know where my weak points are. So that's what I think about every time I try and go to sleep. Always. What? Like, who's got my back? No one. So I just have to make my weaknesses less than. And so this, whatever. It's kind of, the dream may not even been that long, but in the totality of things, like, it's a lot of information that I'm just trying to decipher right now. Because mom's coming home, and that's just all we're waiting for, just killing time until mom gets home. So that was kind of it. Like, we kind of just talked about that, and there's other stuff in there, but now, like, it's very confusing because now that I'm awake, now I'm pulling from other realities or real life, my timeline here, and then being that the dream is so similar to reality that I did live here now it's trying to grab past memories of this timeline that I'm in now and add it to my dream, and only in the sense of how, like the details of said such place, maybe that just kind of help encompass the events of the dream that I was just in. So we're going to stop with describing shit from there. And so whatever, that goes through, and then my little brother's in the kitchen, and I walk into the kitchen, and he's standing all the way at the end of the kitchen at the sink doing something. This kind of, well, we're both waiting for mom. It's dark, and the way the kitchen is, like my grandma's house, like, you can't see out the window because the house is light and it's dark outside, so you have to, like, get real close to look out, and you can't really see very good. But I go over there, go get, like, water, and I think I may have did a trick on him or something, played a trick on him, did something. I can't really remember. But when I got over there, man, this is so crazy because it's the literal my nanny's house. Like, it's like that reality itself. Like, I haven't been there in many years, and but like, it is it. So, like, throughout telling this whole thing, it's like that's fucking me up too. Because it's like, it was so fucking real, but it was a dream. And so, whatever, like, so we actually have guns in the house, like, in the stream. Like, I had my gun, he had his gun. We had a few guns. It was really fucking confusing. And as I look out this window, there's a group of people out there, women and men and women, both, and they got guns and shit. I don't know why they have guns, but whatever. But it's dark, so I couldn't see them good. So, like, I have my gun. So I didn't have my gun at the time. So I had a flashlight. My little brother had a little mag light or something, pretty fucking bright. And so we were shining it and seeing them out there, and they were communicating and talking. And I don't know, man. It was weird. It was a weird interaction because I didn't really know what they wanted, because they didn't really want in the house per se, but they were just conversing outside of it, but almost like they were lost. And so I was like, well, at some point mom's coming home. Like, they're standing in the fucking driveway, they're in the little barn, like, mom's coming home. So, like, we gotta go take care of these people and get them out of here, or we're gonna have a gunfight. It doesn't really fucking matter, like, because mom's coming home. So I was like, what gun do I get? Whatever, shotgun now. Get this, like, AR. And I was like, I think I'm good enough. I knew my skills are good enough that I could kill every single one of those people. I'm fine with it. With just me and my little brother, I understood that I would win. If it had to go south, then he trusted me. So I took lead. I went out and let him stay kind of back by the door, just understanding, like, how many people I could kill, which would be all of them. Like, it didn't matter if they all had guns on me, and they did. But just something about me understanding, like, I win every time. It was a confidence of, like, It wasn't arrogant. It was, I only needed this gun with this many bullets because every single bullet that I pulled, shot, would have killed someone instantly before they could even think. But that's just my reality, in all my realities, in every reality. This is why I try not to hurt people here, because of that. That's why I try and stay away from things and don't be violent, because there's no violence in me. It's over. That's it. And it's just a different skill level. And so I walk out there, start talking to them. I have a gun. My little brother has a gun. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who knows? Who knows how many people? They're all over the place. Tons of them. And we're communicating, and at some point I'm like, I will kill every one of you before you can do anything. Lay down your guns and let's figure out what the issue is. So they do. So there's literally that many of them, and they knew that they'd lost. Me against all of them, and then I have my little brother. So one of them with a gun. They all put their guns down. And then I'm like, so what are you guys doing here? Like what do you want? And they're just like, well, we're here for an Airbnb. So I'm like, dude, whatever. It's like, it's not this place. It's like, it's down the hill at my aunt's house. Like, that's her Airbnb. They all have, like, whatever. It got pretty heated for a minute. I just was able to, like, say, you're dead if you don't put your guns down, and then we can communicate. There's no point in doing this, because I will kill all of you. There's no, I don't know why they believed me, other than it was the truth. And so somehow they felt it, and they knew that they did not stand a chance. Plus, it was a fucking dream. So, whatever, that happened. And then so I kind of direct them down there. They kind of straggle off. I'm talking to a few of them. Some of them are coming out of the barn. Like, there was a lot of them. There's no reason. I mean, maybe they would just knew that there didn't need to be any bloodshed, so maybe they were the smart ones. But either way, it worked out. They didn't want to roll the dice on the words coming out of my mouth and the demeanor and the energy of me. And everything was fine. Like, and then we communicated and talked, and a bunch of them went down there. Some was straggling it out. One dude came out of the barn. It's like the barn shifted, and I was like, this was weird. I don't know. He said the barn shifted or some boards broke on the slab, and I was like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's not a slab. But I was like, well, in my head I was just like, well, I'm just not gonna let my mom park her car in there. But other than that, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's old. I appreciate you, but you guys shouldn't have fucking been in there anyways. Like, I don't know what you guys were doing. You guys are weird, and there's a lot of you with guns. So whatever. So finally they all go down there, and I walk down the driveway. And I start talking to one dude. I was like, it's cool you guys have guns. Like, why are you guys here? And I don't really remember what he told me they were there for. But he was from, where was he from? He told me he was from somewhere out west, I'm pretty sure. Maybe they were like some shooting club group, I don't remember, but more military-ish, but like more fitter human beings too. So maybe ex-military type of people. And I was like, well, what's cool about here is like you can shoot in the ground. You can just shoot, like, we're in the country, like you can just practice and shoot all day long out here. Like, it'd be cool, man. You know, it's fine. Like, no one's gonna say nothing about it. And since you all have guns, evidently you guys fucking love weapons. Like, I walk outside and it's like World War III with like a group of people look like fucking G.I. Joes, like women and dudes that just want to fucking go to war. It makes zero fucking sense. But I was like, but in my head, like, I was like, you can shoot over here. I was like, but you can't. I remember a time when I could shoot over there, but on the other side of my grandmother's house. But for some reason, this time, it had like landscaping blocks, like all over the fucking terraformed, all over the grass. Like it made fucking zero sense. I was like, whoever did that's retarded. Like it makes zero sense. Like there's no practical use or idea of why like the whole yard is terraformed with like landscaping blocks. But it was. And then like kind of at this time the house morphed too. And like the house was taller, but not really. Because there was a basement at my grandmother's house, but there wasn't a door on the side of the house. Well, on the right bottom side. And there was a door there. And so when I went over there and got through talking to that dude, I went over there and the door was cracked open and a woman comes out. And she was like, well, I was clearing out and just seeing how the place was, because there was a room in my grandmother's house for Airbnb too. And she said, we're just checking it out. I was like, that's kind of fucking shady. Like, you just like go break into somewhere, like fucking check out somebody else. I don't know, it was weird. And then so she came out. I was like, whatever, dude. And she said that they didn't want to rent it. I was like, yeah, you don't. And Cause then it's like kind of musty and old. Like it was my grandmother's house, like maybe some mold or some bullshit. And then she comes out, and so I go in, and for some reason, then the space got small. It got real small. Well, only I could fit in. But because she came from the right, but I went to the left. Where the right went to other places, rooms, and then the left went to some weird place, and then my little brother was up there, just kind of watching on my back, you know. And so I get through this little crack, but in order to get through the crack, like I had to break my gun down. So I did break it down. I broke it down fucking instantly, and then it was like in pieces in my pocket. And so then I go in there and we're just talking about it, and then I lock the doors and stuff, and we go upstairs, and like, I don't know, we're just waiting for mom to come home, and like all that stuff doesn't matter. And then I was like thinking about, where's my truck? Because I don't remember, like, because in this reality my truck was something important to me, right? Plus it's a F-250, it's a Dodge, it's black. Oh, Ford is black. And then in my dream, like, it wasn't a Ford, it was square body and probably green. I don't know, that's just what I feel. I'm not saying that I even saw it. I just, it's kind of like what it was, what it felt like in my dream. And so this time is going on, and at this point it's pretty fucking late. And so like, this is just time to go to sleep, I guess. I don't know, this is kind of just what happened. And then I ended up like in a room. It was really weird. It's almost like a separate room off the kitchen, but where in this reality there's not a room there. But then there's like kind of glass windows all around. Like fucking weird. And then there was a clock in there, but then there was like one of those people with all the guns. Okay, there was all those people with all the guns in the same room as me. White dude. For some reason it feels like a white guy. I don't know, maybe light colored hair. And I can't really remember what he was wearing, other than I know in my dream, but I can't describe it. This is a lot of my life anyways. I know, I can see, but the words don't. Even though intelligently I understand things, like I'm trying to say blue and stuff, but it doesn't feel right. Like the word combination is never going to match up to the reality in my brain and the way I see things. And so then a lot of times I just don't talk, because if I say anything in this reality, it's not matching up to that reality. Like it's a lie. Because there's actually no words to describe the pictures that I see in my head, even though we use words and shit to describe things here, that they're not equal exchange. And so, like, I don't know, it's like I'm on the bed, but it's like mom is coming home. Like, this is the whole, like, my little brother's in the other room. Like, we're both waiting, we're adults. We got guns. Like, I think, like, a grown up. We're taking care of ourselves like adults, like literal adults. I'm in an adult body, but we're just waiting like a fucking child for our mom to come home. And then at some point, I look up and I'm in this fucking room, maybe even on a bed, and with these glass windows around me. And I look up and it says 2:17 on the clock. And I'm like, where the fuck is mom at? Like, she's supposed to be at home after work. So, like, in my head, it was like a quick reality check of, like, she's supposed to be home at 6 o'clock. You know, I was like, what happened? Like, I can't call her because we don't have cell phones or anything like that. In that reality, like, there's no way for me to check on her. I don't know where the fuck she's at. Because now it's like 2:17 in the morning. It's like, where the fuck is mom? Like, boom. And as soon as I looked up at the clock, it said 2:17, and I'm just like, fucking mom's not coming home. And it was a weird shift in reality. It was like, oh shit, I'm fucking crazy. And like, so, and I saw my little brother, because I'm flipping out. It was almost like a duality in me of a child version of me and an adult version. But right now I'm breaking. And I'm breaking. Like, I'm like, mom's not coming home. Like, the reality of that mom isn't coming home. And that whatever it is that I just went through, who the fuck knows? Who knows if it's, where the fuck am I? I'm in a room with glass mirrors all around me. There's a random dude that may or may not be sitting on the edge of the bed with me, and I'm going like, mom's not coming home because it's 2:17. Means she got off of work at 5:30, get home by 6:30, whatever. Like, it's 2:17. And so I'm starting to break, and I can see my little brother looking through the mirror, and he's like, in my head, he's like, I couldn't tell you. And, like, I wasn't allowed to tell you. But, like, it's weird. Super weird. Door. Maybe I did. I don't know. And so, like, this is like a weird breaking point. Like, and so, like, in the bed, I'm fucking flipping out. In this life, in this reality, like, I'm asleep. I'm starting to break, like, flip out in the dream. Because, like, at that point, I was like, I'm fucking crazy, and I knew it. But it's not that but you do, like, you did. Well, you understand that you created a reality so real that you've been living in it. Not good, it's not bad. But mom's still not coming home. And there's not, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. And so, like, it's very fucking emotional. It's fucking weird. It was so emotional. Like, it literally, like, I'm crying. I woke up crying. Like, not really at first. It was just a single tear, or two couple of tears. Like, but in the dream, it's like, if you ever see someone flip out, like, that's kind of how it was. Like, uncontrollable, like, emotion and tears. And, like, it sucks because I look up and, like I said, I hit the realization, like, mom's not coming home, and I look up and my little brother's like, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't hear him, but it's like telepathically, I knew what he was saying. I couldn't tell you. And it was like everything just crashed down. And then at that point in time, like I'm freaking the fuck out, like crying. And then as soon as that, like, and then like my whole body jumps in this reality, in this world, in the wake up world. And it feels like something went into my body, like that came out of the freaking, from up above. Like if something was to shoot into your body, then it would come in from your crown, right? It would come in from the hole of your crown and then go into your body. Like that's what I felt. And as soon as I did it, boom, like instant like understanding of like just higher knowledge, where it took away that emotion. And I was like, yeah, obviously that's me. It's all me. It's just a different, higher understanding to kind of comfort me and give me peace in the reality that mom's not coming home. And that kind of played out a little bit, but then I woke up, and then it's like, fuck. So I sat there for like 8 or 9 minutes, like trying to decipher the fact of whatever the fuck just happened, and how it was so real in the dream, but yet so many discrepancies. But then how it affected my body here in the now, and how that was real, and how I felt everything and I was everything. And did I want to talk about it and describe it? Yeah, but like me talking about it now, fucking not even close to the dream. Like the dream was so fucking real and so intense and high, so much information that I can't describe it. Like the dream was fucking better than reality I live in now. And so then when I wake up now, like my imagination's going fucking ape shit. Like I'm laying in bed. I have a little bit of ambient light with like computer buttons, a computer this, projected on my wall of art, and like I'm seeing, my eyes and visions are going crazy. Like it's in between. And so I'm seeing all these shapes and in the painting that I painted last night, like, and it's like it felt like that something came from heaven and sky and went into my body, which was me, which is just more knowledge of me, and it. But then when I did wake up, like I cried a little bit, like never really, like, for mom. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why this is encompassing my mother, other than like 217. I don't get it, and but I don't think it's talking about my mother who raised me, but it could be a bunch of my mothers, right? Like the idea of that. It's like you're always waiting for your mother, but like they always fall short. They never come home. It's always something that causes, for you at least, for me, like that's why I'm here alone. So I never got that mother coming home, and never got them to be home with me. Like in reality, like there were never a home for me. Like it was just me and my little brother, you know. I don't know. So I say I have a different bond with him than I do anyone else in this reality. He's my little brother. Love that kid. But I don't know, dude. This stream was fucking crazy. I don't know. It was crazy. I was waiting for mom to come home. Just waiting for mom to come home. Yeah, so I deliberated this in my head for like 8 or 9 minutes before recording this. Like, going, trying to decipher like what this mother was, who this mom is, what idea is it, and I have no idea. I have ideas in my head of what it means, but it's just, I don't know, fucking crazy. So real. So fucking real. I don't know, I'm done. Going to sleep.
Coming down.